It's a good night here at RPF. A little Friday night baseball. Thankfully, our game 1 starter was really, really good and an awesome bounce back for Luke. Offense came out ready to go. A lot of runs early. I thought our base running was incredibly good throughout the duration of the night. That excites me about as much as anything. And then for the most part, Luke was putting the ball, in the zone early, giving us opportunities to make plays. Gilroy especially making a couple really good plays there. So a good night, but we're gonna have to, enjoy it for an hour, maybe an hour and a half tonight, and then, get our rest and be ready, because I know we're gonna get a great shot tomorrow. But it should be a beautiful day here at RPF, and hopefully our crowd can help, give us the proper energy to play our best baseball game.
And Coach, to come out like this in game 1 of a 3-game series, what kind of tone does that set for the rest of it?
Well, I think what we did is we played a complete game. We've had a lot of games where we play actually outstanding for 90% of it, and we might have a blip in the radar or just some little mishap that can kind of taint a game perhaps. And it was just nice to see us really kind of avoid that for the most part. Obviously it helps when Lucas is dialed in as he is. However, it's a team effort in terms of when we had times if maybe a guy didn't get something done at the plate, the next guy did it. If there was a base running opportunity to be had, it was taken. And so, it sets a great tone for the weekend, but it's one game. You don't get brownie points for playing your best game. You need to stack your next game as your best game of the game.
And Coach, you mentioned it, Luke Lyon comes back, 9 strikeouts through 7 innings. Just talk about his performance and just his ability to bounce back after the USM performance and dominate like it did.
I think it just says a lot about him and his compete, and sometimes, especially in baseball, I don't care how good you are, like you're gonna have times you have to flush something that happens. Like you just don't have a ton of control, and he wasn't very good last week. Just from an execution perspective, and he got kind of punished for that, so there's a lesson in there too. But to have the ability to come back and perhaps have your best outing, I don't know if this is his best or what, but he's been good all but one time out, and so it sets a great tone for us, and it also, gives us some things that we can parlay information-wise to tomorrow and beyond. So proud of his effort, happy for him, happy that he didn't have to throw a lot of pitches, but we also got to build him up a little bit more too, in terms of being our game 1 starter.
And in Gilroy as well. We obviously know about the triple that he was able to capitalize on, but it seemed like every time he went up to the plate, he capitalized and did something major and ended up scoring for the team. Just talk about what he's been like for this team this year.
Well, he's just a real professional kid. He's been around the block. We've known him for a long time. He does things right. He's one of those kids, the old saying, like you tell his parents raised him well. Like he goes about his business, goes about his work. Very good teammate, and he can make really good plays, and he can hit the ball a lot of different areas of the park. He can yank down the line, he can go backside, so he can be tough to defend in a sense too. So we're certainly happy that we have him for this 1 year, and he needs to continue being good for us, as I expect that he will.
And one player too that I want to mention, a younger guy, Peyton Watts. He's come into the lineup over these past couple of games, and he's really performed. He had that one off the wall, top of it, which was been his 3rd home run of the year. But just talk about what he's been like. He's kind of had that youth come on in and be able to do what he's doing this early on.
Well, energy can be provided in a lot of different ways, and I think his kind of, and when I say it's like the ignorance that happens with freshmen, in the sense of like, hey, I'm just going out and playing. I don't overthink it. I'm just excited. And so he's taking advantage of the opportunity, especially the last couple games. He's been really good. We can get him to eat a couple extra cheeseburgers. He'll hit that ball out. He hasn't, but we'll make sure he does that. But he's a very twitchy, dynamic player. And as I said with Gilroy, a lot of guys, you need your talented players to exude that and play that way, and he did that. And so I expect him to continue to play well as we go.
And you touched on a little bit. Game 1's over. You're going to celebrate for the next hour and a half, and then you guys get back in action for game 2. What's going to be the team's mentality and kind of game plan getting ready for tomorrow?
Well, I know we'll come out and prepare very well. We have Gary, which he's going to get a high level of compete from him. And we just need to be ready to go. We're going to have, I would imagine, a great crowd that's going to push us over the edge, hopefully in big moments that may happen throughout the game. And so we should just be very excited. It should be one of those days where you're looking at the clock saying, all right, how soon till I get to go out here and actually compete. So for us, that'll be at 3:33, but obviously our prep's going to allow us to be really sharp in all things.
Thank you, Coach.